All right, buddy. So what's your name and where are you from?
My name's Jeremy. I go by Burner. I'm from Utah, Ogden, to be exact.
Ogden, Utah. Actually, I did a story on something that just went down out there. I think it was in a jail or something. But Ogden, Utah, and you said Jeremy, correct?
Yep.
Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, we have an interesting story coming your way today, and of course, like you say, he's from Utah. You were a part of an organization. We're gonna get there. You decided to leave that organization. You left in prison.
No, I got out and I just quit messing with them, though.
Okay. We're gonna talk about that. How he kind of left this lifestyle behind. But first, man, you're on lockdown 23-1. You got a YouTube channel as well. We'll talk about that. I forgot to mention that. Uh, but tell me, how the hell did your journey begin towards the life of crime, face
Man,
tattoos, and everything?
well, let me get into it, man. So, like, ever since I was a little kid, I've always been like just wild. I grew up pretty normally, but I just started getting in trouble, and I started getting locked up when I was like 12, 13. I go to group home, I'd run from it. I go to another group home, I'd run from that one.
Well,
I
how
go
was your
to another.
parenting life? I hate to stop you. Was the
My
parents pretty
parents were,
good or what?
so my mom and my dad are divorced, but like my mom and my stepdad's actually a cop. So like me and him like never got along, me growing up. Does that make sense? Like he
Oh
turned
yeah.
into a cop when like my mom married him and then he became a cop. So I was just like whatever. So I went and lived with my dad, and my dad was like into drugs and all that. He's clean now and I'm proud of him, but like me and him grew up just hood, bro. Like we didn't have no money, like anything, bro. And we both were just like bad drug addicts, and I just got in hella trouble and spent my entire juvenile locked up. Like I've never been to seventh, eighth, ninth grade, none of that, bro. I don't know how any of that feels, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Do you feel as though if your dad was living the straight and narrow, things would have turned out a little differently for you?
Absolutely, because I looked up to my dad a lot. But my dad's living the straight and narrow right now, and I'm about to have a kid in 2 days, so I'm doing my thing, and my dad's there for me, so we kind of rise above it all.
Y'all both kind of changing it up together around the same time, you know? Well, I don't
Yeah,
know about the same time, but y'all both definitely taking different routes now.
absolutely.
That's cool, man. All right, so I like to hear a little bit about how people get going, and because some people like me, I had great parents. Shit, they were just the normal old square parents you could possibly imagine. You know what I mean? And I still went astray. So it just varies. It's not always people with parents that are addicted to drugs and stuff. It can go either way. But
Yeah, I feel that.
okay, so you're in and out of, you said, group homes.
Yep.
Okay,
So they
you
said,
ran away from a group home. You said.
oh, so many times they
Yeah.
put me in like three different group homes, and I was like, dude, I'm not feeling this,
Yeah.
and I just left every
Where'd you
time.
go,
And then
man? I mean, a kid, pretty much. Where are you
I
going?
would just, so I would have nowhere to go. So like, I have like those the one, two, three friends, that are there for me and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'd always end up just going to their house. I'd just end up getting high and be on the run for like 3 weeks, and that's about it, man.
Sleeping on that couch in the garage.
Yeah, and then their moms would get sick of me, kick me out,
Hey,
and
bro,
I'd go.
you been here. You been staying in that low too long, man.
Yeah, I feel that. She's like, you either need to pitch in or do something, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know what to tell you.
All right.
I'm
Well,
on the run.
I mean, you obviously got into the gang life later on down the road somewhere, somehow. How did that manage to happen? Was it in the pen? What was it?
All right, so like I said, I grew up with a certain organization ever since I was a little kid. I went to prison, and when I got there, uh, the white boys tried to come at me like you're
Yeah.
white, and
I hate to pause you. I hate to pause it, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize to stop his story, but we got to get this out in the open first and foremost. Okay, excuse me. Uh, you were a part of a Spanish gang, correct, or
yes, sir.
whatever you like to call it. And are you Spanish in any way, or are you white? You
Nah,
look
bro.
white, man. I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm your all-American white boy, bro. I'm Scottish. That's what my family is.
You're a part of this Spanish gang as a white dude in Utah. How does Utah run when it comes to, well, before we get into the what we were talking about, how does it run with the politics with,
Oh man.
race? Is it anything like the West Coast or what? Is it?
I put it this way: the biggest Crip gang are white boys. All right, there's two separate gangs. Okay, I don't really want to speak on exactly the names, but there's two separate gangs that kind of do their thing. But when I got there, they approached me like, "What's up, man? You're white. This is what it is." And I didn't grow up like that, you know. I was like, "Dude, like, I'm not racist, so I'm not going to be part of that." And so, like, my first 2 weeks
Oh,
in
so
prison, I was,
so you had some white dudes come up to you trying to, well, like some Aryan kind of guys or something.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
And so I was like, yeah, man, I'm not racist. Like, I'm not gonna like pretend to be somebody I'm not. And for my first 2 weeks in prison, I had to throw hands with a lot of people because they're sending people at me every day to try to like run me out of the section. But after a while, I gained my respect, bro, and I stayed there, and they just kind of let me do me.
Okay, slow it down. Slow it down. Back it up.
Okay.
You're in. Okay, you go to what'd you go to prison for?
I went there for a burglary and an escape and like a failure to stop at command of a law enforcement officer.
Okay, and you weren't gang banging at all during this time.
No,
It
not
didn't
at all.
happen until you got to prison.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get to this prison. What's the prison called, by the way? Was it a high
Utah
level?
State
I'm just
Prison.
guessing burglary. You probably in like a maybe medium low.
No, out here we have two prisons, so we don't have high, low. We don't have none of that. So like we just have the main prison, and then there like within that prison there's max, super max. So it just depends like from there. But if I go there on a burglary, they're just gonna send me to general pop.
Hold on. So there's only two prisons in the whole state.
Yeah, that's it.
Only two prisons in the whole
One's
state.
one's not even a prison. One's a correctional facility. It's called Gunnison Correctional Facility.
Hold on. So Utah. Look, I don't know my maps very well, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize. But look, what is Utah like? Nothing? Is it like a desert state?
Yeah, it's a desert state.
Just nothing but desert for real? Because one
That's it.
prison, there can't be too many people there.
Oh, so I've heard Draper holds around 5,000 and Gunnison holds about 1,800.
Okay, so 5,000 is quite a bit for a prison. That's a pretty big prison. So, I mean, they don't separate the inmates by violence and stuff like that in any way in the prison.
No, hell no. Hey, when I fished in, my first cellie I ever lived with was there because he cut his neighbor's head off, bro. Like we were like talking about why we're in prison, and that was his charge. And I'm just there on a burglary, you know. So I'm like,
So they
what?
put everyone together in this one prison, no matter what the charge is, how long you're doing
Yep,
time.
pretty much.
What?
It's
Hold
crazy,
on,
man.
man. This is like the craziest shit I've heard in a while because I thought I knew, just about everything there is about prisons in all these states, man. But
Nah, man.
Utah, yeah, it's fresh. This is I didn't even know there was a state that only had like two prisons in it. Let alone houses everyone together. Man, they gotta have some kind of separation in the prisons to some extent, man. There ain't nothing.
So they have this thing called A and B Day, right?
Uh huh.
And so there was so much gang violence because everyone can just kind of like run wild. And so there was so much violence that like they put the the southerners and the northerners on different sides, and they're like, you guys come out on an A day, you guys come out on a B day. So they weren't allowed to live around each other. Like they never got around each other. Does that make any sense at all? So
Yeah, so
there's
they pretty much
separation
just
like that.
separated the major gang
Yeah,
in
pretty
there,
much.
and
And then
everyone
everybody
else
else
just
just runs wild.
just kind of flows in between those two uh groups.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. Well, how is it when it comes to like the white boys running up on you? You get the Aryan kind of guys. Do they
Yeah.
mingle with black dudes or
Uh,
anyone?
I it just depends, man. It depends what like kind of caliber of an individual they are within their gang. You know, like if they really believe that, they won't mess with black people,
Okay,
bro.
well, let me put it better like this: Is it set up to where each race has like their own phone in some
No,
places? Okay,
not
it's
at
not
all.
like that. Okay, okay.
No.
All right. So now you're getting into prison. Let's get into the prison scene now. We know the demographics, the politics of the
Yeah.
prison you're walking into, and there's only two prisons. It's crazy to me, man. You go into prison, you're not affiliated with nothing.
Mhm.
You had options, since I'm
Yeah.
guessing the variety of people and who can mingle, who can chit chat together. It ain't as strict as some states that have these organizations in it, but you had options. What made you
Yeah.
take the option that you took? We're
Well,
not we're not gonna,
I got a story behind it if you
Okay,
want
let's
to
hear
hear
it.
it.
Let's hear it, man.
Okay. So
Let's just not tag no
I,
names to it or not.
I feel that. I feel that. So I originally went to prison on an 18-month sentence, right? I
18
kept getting
month.
in 18-month
Okay.
termination. Okay. I ended up. They gave me a termination my first time down. I ended up turning that 18 years into 18 months into 8 years. I did 8 years straight, right? So within that 8 years, about three
So
years into,
so you
okay,
gained about 7 years
yes, I
from
caught
behind
three.
bars.
So I caught one assault. I caught another assault on a prisoner, and I caught a gang-related stabbing.
Damn, dog. You tricked your chime up like that.
Yeah, bro.
Did you think you were gonna get time like that?
No, not really. Well, I kind of ended up not caring. So
That's what I was about to say. You had to have not cared.
yeah, I just was like, so this is what happened. I went to Max because I got into a fight. Okay, they throw you in Max, and I was sitting there, and I was a tray server, and my homie was a tray server. Well, the homie I was living with ended up being from the organization I ended up being a part of. If that makes any sense, okay? But this was before I gangbanged. We were just living with each other.
Yeah.
Well, the white boys got into a beef with them, bro, and they tried to slice me through the cup port because I was living with one of them. And so in my head, I'm like, if you're gonna get me for him, I might as well just end up being a part of them. You feel me on that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just like, it
I
is
mean,
what it
is
is.
your Selly and shit kicking it with you and like, hey, kind of
And you know
supporting?
how it is. You're riding with your celly, like hands down. Like if these doors pop, I
I
got your
mean, is
back,
he
bro.
like
Like
kind of preaching to you in a sense to kind of come that way, or what?
not really, bro.
Or
Like
were you?
I approached
Yeah,
him.
I was about to say, were you like, hey, man, what's up?
You know how it is. I was getting all tatted down and tatted my face, and I just didn't care anymore, bro. I was like, whatever. Like, if I spend the rest of my life in prison, I'm gonna make a name for myself. I'm gonna be me. Like, they're gonna know who Burner is. Like that's how I feel.
That's crazy, man. All right, so you. This is another thing I wanted to ask you. When you said you got transferred to the max, what's the difference between the max part of that prison and the regular
So
GP? I guess
pop, you're out like from 6 in the morning to like 9:30 at night, I think, and then they just like rack you in for like lunch or whatever.
cells
And
or
yeah,
dorm.
you're in cells.
Okay,
Gunnison, the other prison has dorms,
that's
but
probably
like
like
that's
the
more.
really low,
Yeah,
low, low.
well, that's like the programming area, if that
Yeah,
makes sense, because they have like drug programs and all that.
yeah.
And so I was in max, and that means I come out every. If you're on quads, they just barely started that, but when I went to max, it was single cell. You come every 23 and one, bro. You already know,
Yeah.
you know.
Is
And
the block a little different, smaller?
no, it's so there's 8 cells downstairs, 8 cells upstairs, and there's 2 people a cell. So you're what is that? 32 people in the
Yeah,
section.
yeah.
That's
I
that's
don't
what
know.
you
I
got
don't
in
do.
every.
I'm not good at mathematics.
And yeah, everybody gets an hour out,
Yeah.
and that's just how it was. And I ended up doing 6.5 out of my 8 years in max.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Was it because of all the what we're gonna talk about?
That and just like, well, it just depends. So like, if you're in max and you get in trouble, they have tiers. So they have like single cells, and then you come out with like another cell, if that makes sense. So 2 cells, and then you're thrown on quads, and like you got to work your way up. But if
Okay.
you get into any funk within any of that like year or whatever, you get kicked back
Get,
down to single
yeah, yeah,
cell.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I've heard this procedure before. Um, step down, step down is what I heard from other places.
Yeah, step down. Yeah,
Step
that's
down
what's called.
program. All right, so you're in this max. Well,
Yeah,
first off, you say you got in a fight. You got in a fight, right?
yeah,
Okay, go back into that. So you're getting interested in what homeboy's rocking with, and
yeah.
what after that?
After that, I just told him, hey, like, put me on, bro. Like, it's time. Like, I'm ready to, like, I just thought that was the right decision for me. And that's what I did. I got put on and everyone accepted me. And then I became me.
I mean, so not knowing Spanish, none of that stuff.
No, I was the
Man.
only white boy in the section.
Oh, okay, so you didn't see any other white guys rocking
Well,
with that team?
there were other white boys, but like they were in different sections and like you know what I mean. But in
Yeah.
that specific section, it was just me, bro.
Okay. And no one really had a problem with it.
No,
Okay,
they're like, all
so
right.
that shit's crazy. All right, so I mean, do you feel as though that you, looking back, that they were kind of using you, or do you think it was, they really
Nah,
rocked
so
with you?
nah, I actually kind of became somebody within that organization, bro.
All right, let's hear it, man.
Well, so the dude I got put on by was the dude that is called shots, bro. You know, so I figured if I'm gonna get put on, I'm gonna get put on by the dude. You know,
Yeah,
and just because I got put on by him, because he don't put on too many people, I got instant respect. Does that make sense?
yeah, it makes sense.
And then I just learned like they have like bonds and formats and all the education. I learned all that, and I ended up knowing a lot more than 90% of these other dudes that are
You took,
Hispanic.
yeah,
And so it got to a point where everyone was kind of in their feelings, but I still did me, and I was still respected.
yeah. I mean, you got put on by a head honcho, right? So how'd
Yeah.
you get in his good graces? I mean,
They literally just threw me in his cell. Like they're like, you're going to Max, and that's where I ended up. Like they
oh,
just
so
threw
he
me
was.
in his
Oh,
cell.
that's your celly. Oh, so that was your
Yeah,
celly. Oh, the head
yeah,
honcho was your celly. Okay.
yeah,
Uh yeah, I can understand that, and people got no other choice really to be but to fall
yeah.
in line. I mean, that's a boss man,
Yeah, that's boss man, bro.
What are
But
they
the
gonna do?
thing is,
They ain't
though,
gonna go against that,
I grew up with his son, and I grew up with like I know his family. I know, you know what I mean. So it wasn't just like they threw me in that cell and I didn't know him. Like I knew his whole family. I know like just from growing up in Ogden, where I'm from.
Oh, so you knew? Did you pick where you were going, or was it
No,
just
they threw
randomly?
me in, and I was like, "Oh, that's." I'm like, "What's up, man? I heard a lot about you." Because as soon as I like, they're like, "Your Sally's gonna be this guy," and I know him. I know of him. So soon they put me in. I'm like, "Hey, I know your son. Like, I know your brother." And he's like, "Oh, what's up, bro?" And he's like, "Do you
All
bang?" And
right,
I'm like, "Nah, man." And then it just ended up he put me on, bro. After that, they tried to
okay.
slice me. So
Crazy how it turns out, man. I mean, it's when you look at it like that, that's even more along the lines of like, hey, it was supposed to be a part of your story. Like, what are the odds of
yeah,
this
that's
head
not.
honcho of this
It was fate, bro.
organization being in the cell with you and Max lockup that you just so happen to have grown up with his son?
Yeah, his son. I know his brother. I know his mom. Like I've been to his mom's house before.
I mean, that's just like destiny, bro. You
Yeah, it's
know?
crazy. Yeah.
So, yeah, man. That right there, I would have taken, looking back, I'd be like, man, I was destined for something great, for it to
Yeah,
fall
man.
into line like that. But
And instantly he's like, damn, you know my mom, my brother, like so he's like started tripping. And I
it gets a
instantly
little
got respect
personal
from him.
then,
Yeah, and he's like, man, actually this is kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that
It
is.
kind of like brought him because he's doing years, so it kind of brought him like home for a minute, like, whoa, like
Yeah.
this dude knows my brother and my mom, like how's she doing? I haven't seen her in a minute, like
Yeah, I've had some experiences like that where some older dudes came through that knew my brother, so yeah, I know exactly what you mean. All right, so y'all are in Max. How long you in there? What happened? Yeah, I'm sure you got tricked up somehow. You kept tricking up back there.
yeah, man, we just kept getting in trouble. So policy, like people from the organization I was from, they don't get high, they don't do like none of that crazy stuff. So we would just every day we would work out. I worked out 3 times a day. I'd get up in the morning because you got to wake up with your mattress rolled up by 5:45 with your shoes on because the first rec comes out at 6. And there was a cop that was known for popping doors and stuff. So there's a lot of people that were getting stabbed and stuck up in their sleep. So people, we were ready, dog. We were ready to. It was crazy.
So let me explain for anybody that might not understand what popping doors means. It means a guard will open up a door to certain people, inmates, to let them get attacked, stabbed, or whatever the case. Correct?
Yep.
Uh,
They even bet on it, bro.
yeah, I've heard stories of them popping doors on inmates just for what you're saying, bets, entertainment, just to see two different organizations go at it. Whatever the case is. All right, so you're back there, they're popping doors and shit, you're getting into the mix. I mean, what was the first thing that really jumped off?
Man, so that whole white boy situation was crazy. Like there was people like popping cup ports and trying to like get people in their sleep. Like it just got wild, and like it even got to the point where like we were blowing each other's power so the other tier couldn't watch TV or heat up water. And then as soon as they'd get their power on, they'd blow ours. And then we couldn't heat up water because they were throwing like hot water and oil on us through the water. You know what I mean? So we had popped their power so they couldn't like heat up water. And dude, it got hectic, man.
And this was with the white dudes.
Yep.
And I mean, who did the COs favor? You said they were popping doors. So
Man, they always favor the white dudes all the time, man. You
it seems like that, don't it? It seems like that, don't it? You know?
All the time. It's because they're all undercover races, you know.
Hey.
And especially like I live in the desert, so it's like we're all hillbillies out here, bro. You know.
Yeah. Well, guards are against you. You know, you got the white dudes battling with you. I mean, how were y'all blowing out the sockets? Were you just
Man,
how are y'all doing it? Yeah.
We were just putting two big ass pieces of like wire in it, and then just setting a piece of wire on top of it and just blowing it, bro. And then you'd hear them; they'd be like, they would just like yelling, "You mother!" One day, this is a true story. The first time we ever blew their power, it was on the Super Bowl Sunday, bro.
Oh my god!
And so the people that did have their TVs was devastated. Devastated.
Oh, man.
So can you just picture a bunch of angry inmates in Max with no Super Bowl Sunday?
Holy shit, dude. Yeah, that's craziness. That'd be craziness.
That's that mental warfare right there.
Yeah. So you say you did 6.5
Nice.
on Max, man. I mean, what kept you back there? I'm guessing something kept you back there longer than most. You say you got caught some charges. What was the first thing that made you catch some charges? Well, yeah. What was the first
assault? My first assault was before I gangbang. They sent me. So I did 8. They tried to send me to a county jail for like my last 2 months because they do like this thing called an IPP, which is the inmate placement programming. So they'll send you to like county jails, and they tried to send me to Ogden where I'm from, and then when I got out, they're just gonna let me walk out and terminate. Well, I went to that county jail and I ended up beating up this dude because this dude told me he was going to stab me because I was like I cleaned the sections and stuff. It was my job. And I went up to him and I was like, look, man, I was like, I'm not your mom, you know? So like next time you make a mess in there, like I want you to clean it up. And because he like threw a bunch of stuff in the shower, and he was like, when the doors pop tomorrow, I'm going to stab you. Like just started running his neck. And I was like, all right, bet, bro. I was like, that's the buzzer, 5:45. And so I didn't even go to sleep. I just stayed up all night. And as soon as the doors popped, I ran down there and just waxed him, dog.
Yeah.
And I got in a lot of trouble for it.
I mean, did you wax him to the point where it was overboard?
Yeah, it was overboard. It was pretty bad, bro. I ended up breaking his whole eye socket, and I put him to sleep, and he was choking on his own blood, bro. And he like threw up blood everywhere. And I had to pay $20,000 for plastic surgery.
Damn. That's crazy,
rough.
though. That's crazy. Okay, so how'd you catch him slipping?
So like I knew that he wasn't about it. Like he wasn't a gangster or anything, but like, bro, I went down there and like when he had the covers over his head, and like I come running in his cell and he like looks at me and he throws the covers back over his head. And I was like, what?
Shit.
And I just took off on him, bro. I just started, like I literally mounted him. I got on top of him and like I had my back against the top bunk and he couldn't move, bro. And I was just bombing on him, dog.
Oh, damn. You had that top bunk mount pushback on
bro.
him. Yo,
I got that pushback.
That's that pushback counterweight.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I bet that top bunkie was like, kept raising up.
Hey, you know what's funny though is after the fact, his bunkie was his dude, and this dude was in there on like a traffic violation, and so like he was like hiding on his bunk, and he's like, man, can I just leave? And I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here, you know?
That's crazy, man. Okay, I can't believe he put his head back under the covers.
That's crazy, man.
I mean, so I guess he just didn't think you were gonna remember.
But you ain't just gonna tell me you're gonna stab me and then
you can't, man. And then when someone says when the cell doors pop, you gotta take that seriously, man. I've told stories about that. I've seen people just like that guy you're talking about. They weren't ready when they should have been. They thought it was a game. All right, so how long into your bid did all this violence start happening? I mean, were you tested at all when you first got there, or?
Dude, my first 2 weeks in prison, they literally sent every time I would, like, as soon as the doors would pop in the morning, they'd send a probate at me. And it's usually like some like skinny white kid trying to prove himself, and he'd just get beat up, and then they'd kind of just laugh at him.
Oh, it's
But I'm
crazy,
a
man.
bigger guy. Like ever since I was a kid, I've been six. I'm 6'2" right now, 200 pounds. So like I've always been the same kind of size. So
Damn, bro, I'd be interviewing giants. So that was in GP, correct?
yeah.
Okay, and then they sent you to the max. How long into the max was it where you got that eye socket being crushed charge?
Oh no. So they said I was in General Pop when I caught that charge. That charge was in
Oh,
General
so this
Pop.
is before you met Big Homie.
Yeah, this is before.
Oh, okay. So that's what sent you to max.
Yeah.
Okay. And was that a white dude doing it? Was it one of those probate kind of guys, or was it just some regular
No,
old?
that was just some average, like average Joe white dude that was in jail that just had a mouth on him, bro.
Oh, okay. And hey, that reminds me. And like, is there any place for like in some states they call them others? Is there any place like that for the people that don't gangbang or
Yeah,
anything?
absolutely. If you go there and you don't want to affiliate with no one will mess with you. You'll do time in prison, you'll get out, man.
Yeah. You think that's the best route for people to take?
Absolutely.
All right, so you're in the max. What happened in there? Did you kept on getting in some shit, right? You couldn't get out of there?
Yeah, I just kept getting in trouble. Like a lot of my shit, write-ups for having like stingers or write-ups for having tattoo guns or ink or any kind of paraphernalia like that. And once you get any kind of write-up, they shoot you right back down to level one, you know? So it's just like it's an endless pit unless you just want to sit on your bunk and not do anything.
All right, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the story kind of takes a turn. You come out of prison and you leave the organization. I mean, is there something that happens in prison or after prison that made you say you want to take a different route?
So no, what happened is I ended up catching a gang-related stabbing, and we'll get into this probably in another episode if you want to do one. But like, I caught a stabbing and I caught a 5 to life, which is a minimum 5 years, life sentence tops, right? And I pled it down to a 0 to 5, and they gave me 4 more years on it. So after I got out with those, one of the dudes in the organization told on me, if that makes any sense. And I don't really want to speak about it right here because it's past and it's, I just want to drop it. But he ended up telling on me, and after that, I just did my time and I got out, and I was like, I'm good, man. Like I'm just gonna be a man. I'm gonna grow up. I'm gonna get a job. Like I don't care about hustling anymore. I don't care about gang banging. Like I just want to be normal again, man. Because that place messed me up. It messed me up like that, man. And I ended up choosing to grow up.
Well, it doesn't help that someone that's supposed to be there, ride or die type of
Yeah.
individual,
And
tell
then
on you.
you learn all these bonds and all this stuff that they're preaching to you, like life or death. And it's like, dude, you just told on me. Like, what you mean? Like, just because you got rank don't mean that you can tell on me and then just like try to sweep it under the carpet.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, we are supposed to be homies, bro. Like, I would have killed someone for you, dog.
Did you try explaining that to anybody?
Yeah, they didn't care, man, because the dude that told on me was one of the higher ups, bro. And so, like, all the higher ups just kind of swept it under the carpet and told me to shut up.
You think that shit happens?
Come on, man. That happens anywhere, man. That's gangs anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna associate with someone that told on me,
And you're a
especially
white
if it.
dude, man. There ain't many white
Yeah, and
dudes
I'm like,
rocking it, so
and I'm just like, man, like
you feel like that had
I
anything to
did
do with
me.
it?
I'm like, I did me, and I was solid. That's all I can say,
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Was there anything else that you disliked about the gang life?
Um, like I said, man, there's just a lot of jealousy. Like a lot of people hating on me just because I lived with him and like I learned like certain things that they weren't able to learn because only certain people can teach them. And like I just got hated on, bro, because I'm white and I knew more. Like, but here's the thing, though: if you go to prison and you're a man, bro, before anything, and you're not a sheep, like if you tell them, like, you ain't sending me on that dummy mission. Like, you can go hit this dude up over here. Like, I'm not that dude. Like, they like that, They're like, all right, this dude ain't a sheep. Like, and they give you respect for that.
So, well, what happened with you, man? What happened with you? The gang stabbing. I mean, was your homeboy that taught you all this shit? Was he around when this happened? Was he kind of someone that told you to go do it as well?
Well, no. So I was supposed to. So here's the story, man. I was supposed to go to a visit, right? I'm all in my whites. I smell like Polo Black, looking all good, ready to go on my visit. First time ever meeting this chick, you know. So I'm
Oh
all
shit.
excited.
Yeah.
Well, so we're on A and B day, right?
Big block?
They we're on A and B day, right?
No, I said, is it a big block?
Yeah, it's a big block.
Ah, I knew
it,
it.
it's a big block Chevy. Hey, about 200 horsepower.
Don't we love them big
Yeah,
block Chevys?
yeah, big block Chevy, about 200 horsepower.
Oh, okay, okay. Henceforth, man, henceforth.
You know, but for me though, I've been locked up, so I don't even care, bro.
Yeah,
So,
no one
hey,
cares when you're locked up, man.
hey, I ended up marrying her, bro. What you mean?
Oh my!
Hey, we
Stop
ain't together
playing.
anymore, bro.
Are
We
you
ain't together
serious,
anymore.
bro? You ended
Swear to
up,
God, bro.
you
Hey,
ended
her
up
name used to be
marrying
right
her?
here on my face. I covered
Oh
it up.
my god, you fell in love with the jank doll.
Yeah, man. She was racking me up, dog.
Oh, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. No
I
kids?
was max balling. Yeah, she had kids, 2 kids, but man,
Oh, she had 2 kids. Oh, okay, I
bro,
thought.
we used to spend 800 on the phone, man, a month.
Oh, she had money.
Money, money.
Yeah, that I.
I don't know. Well, she wasn't rich like that. I don't know what she's doing on the side, but she was supplying me, dog. So keeping me fed.
Hey, damn right, tattoo on the forehead.
Yeah,
Name
gotta do what
Jank. You
gotta do what you gotta do.
supply. All right, man. So, I don't even know where we were at, man. We were at before Big Block. Where were we at, man?
All right. Oh
Oh,
no.
you were meeting a
All
girl
right.
for
So
the first time. Meeting girl first
yeah, I was
time.
meeting her for the first time. I was chilling, doing my thing, and all of a sudden they let this dude into the section that was supposed to be on an A day. He was a rival, and they just pop our doors. All of a sudden, he comes walking in, and the door shuts behind him. And I look down at him, and I already know what he is just by looking at him, you know. And so I first thing I hear is this Crip hit him up. He's like, "What's up, man? Where you from?" And he throws his hood up, and he's like, "This is where I'm from." And it just went down, bro. Like that dude was just I don't know if he was on a suicide mission or but then it turns to find out though he wasn't even really from that hood. He was just like portraying that because he thought that the cops put him in a section where that's where they're from. So he was just trying to like fit in.
So he was
And
fresh
he
into prison.
yeah, no. So he came from another section, but you know how you got those crazy dudes that try to act like they're from hoods and stuff. And you know that you just got those weirdos in prison.
Yeah.
I call them Six Flags because they tried to bend from like 6 different hoods.
Yeah.
And so he ended up in the section and he thought that's where like all the, you know, that certain group was. And he got there and it was the other group and he didn't know. So he just started saying some shit and ended up getting waxed, bro.
Okay.
It was bad, man.
And
It was bad.
this was I mean, what was this about? Where were we going into this?
Well, I was going to a visit, but
Yeah,
like,
visit. Yeah, how did the
yeah.
visit fit into this? I was trying to figure out where the
Well,
hell.
no. I was on my way to a visit and they just, and like, before they called me to my visit, they just happened to bring this dude in the cell. And you know how
Your
it is on
cell.
site. Yeah, no, they just not the cell, the section. They just happened to bring him in the section, and we're
Okay.
in General Pop.
Yeah.
We're in General Pop at this time.
Uh huh.
So we're like, what the hell? Who's this dude? And it's on site. Like as soon, like if you get a chance, that's what it is, bro. And he threw up his hood, and that's about as much as he said before he got waxed, bro. And we
Okay.
stuck him up.
Oh, so you were a part of the.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I just
okay.
happened to have a knife on me, and I was standing there. I was the first one to get him, bro.
Oh,
But
so you shanked him up
that's
a
what
couple
they teach you.
times, huh?
Yeah, that's what they teach you. Like
Where'd you hit him
it's on
at?
site, bro. Right in his neck, bro.
Why you go for his neck?
Man, that's the spot, bro.
You
That's what I
crazy,
taught.
man. You went straight for
That's
the
what
neck, huh?
they teach you the neck or the face.
Yeah, I probably would have went for a cheek or something.
Nah, man, I was trying to kill that dude.
Yeah, see, now why are you trying to kill him for, though?
I don't know. I was trying to prove a point, bro. I was at a different point in my life.
Like, you were at, don't give two shits about you ain't got shit going for you type shit?
Yeah, because my dad wasn't there for me. My mom wasn't writing me. Like no one was messing with me. I felt alone. I was like, whatever, dog. Like if you guys just want to leave me like this while I'm in prison, then I'm just gonna become someone that you guys don't even want to talk to.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the life I chose.
So, dude lived? Well, tell me, how the hell you get him in the neck? Because that's close quarters, man,
All
you
right,
know?
so I hit him with a box knife, bro. Right? And when I hit him from here to here, and it filleted his whole neck open, right? And my homie hit him on the top of his head and sliced him down like to his nose. But my friend, he's crazy, bro. He's not my homie anymore, but he just started like hitting him with elbows in the head, bro, and his head like split open, right? And so I jumped up because he looked like he was dead, and I jumped up and I just started stomping him in the stomach, and he shit himself. And then the cops came in, bro, and just started shooting us mace balls, everything. They started messing us up, threw us in our cell.
He survived.
Yeah, he ended up surviving, but he
Plastic surgery.
flatlined. He
20,000.
flat. No, way more than that. But he flatlined, but they ended up bringing him back, man.
But you ended up having to pay $20,000 in bills for that.
Oh no, that was the first incident.
Oh, that was the eye socket. Oh shit, I forgot about the eye socket.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. So what was the charge of that they gave you?
It was
and he ain't got it. Did he press charges or was it the state? I don't know how it works.
State. So long story short, that dude that I was telling you that told on me, he had some knives and he threw them on the tier, and I flushed mine, and he got me clipped with his knives, and then he told the cops that they weren't his and that all he has to do is check the cameras and they'll see who it really was. You know what I mean? And so I was like, what? Like, are you serious, man? And I was like, this is crazy. So I end up going to max on this, and I catch a 5 to life, which is an aggravated assault by a prisoner and with a gang enhancement and a weapon enhancement.
Oh, so they have gang enhancements out there as well.
Yeah, they have gang enhancement, weapon enhancements.
Okay.
So I got caught with a knife. It was gang related, and it was a stabbing. So it was all three. Like
5 to life. That's crazy ass story, man.
And check this out. I was scheduled to get out 76 days when I found out I caught.
So that didn't have nothing. You didn't have that thought in your head at all, going at his neck?
Not at all, bro.
Not at all.
No, not at all. All right, this is where it gets crazy. So prior to me catching this, 2 weeks prior, this dude just got killed, and you actually made a video on it, right?
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you made a video on it. The dude that got killed in Utah, right?
I can't remember. I've done so many videos.
I actually watched that happen. I watched him die, bro. So 2 weeks later, now I'm catching almost a murder, and I'm just like, damn, there's 2 bodies in 2 weeks.
Oh, so you ain't been out too long?
No, I've been out 2 years now.
Okay, fresh out.
But I'm getting off. I'm getting off. I should be getting off parole this month.
That's good, man. Excellent. Well, we'll talk more about that in part 2 because I want to talk more about prison life in Utah and all that good stuff. We got the bulk of things out the way, ladies and gentlemen. As you heard him say, he left that behind. You got a YouTube channel. You probably speak a lot about that over there. Where can people find you, man, until part 2?
Man, first and foremost, they can find me on TikTok. I got a pretty good following, man.
Were you doing it in prison?
Man, I got.
No,
I wasn't doing it in prison, but I do prison TikToks. I got 98,000 followers on TikTok.
Wait, what do you mean?
If you guys look me up, it's Burner420 is my TikTok, but you can find me on YouTube. My channel's called The Dropout.
Okay. On YouTube, Dropout.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And on TikTok, what is it? What do you do on there? You said you didn't do it in prison, but you do prison TikTok. What do you mean?
All right, so I got out. I made a TikTok just like talking about prison, and it blew up, and it hit 2 million views, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, what? And overnight, I gained like 100,000 subscriber following, bro.
Shit, you getting paid from it yet?
I made some money off of it.
Damn, I might need to become a TikToker, dog.
Hey, I'm trying to get this YouTube up though, man. The Dropout, baby.
I'm not I don't know how to do TikToks. I haven't even, I didn't even know there was a market for that shit.
I'm telling you right now, if you got on TikTok, bro, you blow the hell up.
You think so, man?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your number one clip about?
My number one is about. I was actually talking about 6ix9ine, bro. About him telling.
Oh shit, that's all. Like, hey, that's how we all get our starts, ain't it?
Hey, it's that clickbait, player. Hell yeah. Hey, I gotta do what I gotta do, dog.
All right, man. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I'm gonna leave everything pinned. I can't wait for part 2, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. I enjoyed this.
Absolutely, brother, man. I appreciate you having me.
I'm glad to see you out doing what's everything you need to get done. You're about to get off parole. I'll keep everything linked and pinned in the description of the video for people to check out his content if you want to follow him up. But I appreciate you coming on once again, man. You got anything you want to say before we leave?
Not much, man. Just I have a kid in 2 days, so pray for me, man. Safe delivery and much love, dog.
Boy or girl? Boy or girl?
It's a girl, man. Her name's gonna be Emerald Jade.
First one?
First kid.
That's a good name. It's a good name. I got 4 girls, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it, man. It ain't nothing like a daughter.
I love it, man.
You know?
Yeah, 2 days, man.
All right, bro. You be easy out there. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Until the next time we meet. All right, man. Be easy.
Absolutely, man.